Mr. Dubois, every worker for himself. Most certainly, Harry. Nothing brightens my day like brainstorming these things with you. By all means, Harry, what's on your mind? The Golden Boy returns once more. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about—
Oh, Bratan, you play the old man like a three-string—
Better not to gloat, sire. 'Tis arrogance that gives the play away. Be subtle.
Harry, by now you should know I would never do anything tricky like, well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings near the roundabout.
So the village is doomed.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland, there's nothing left. But mark my words, officers, we are going reset. I have big plans for Martinez, and they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast. That land will be used. Harry, imagine a youth center supermarket church complex, employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on. Yes, I do. I got the center, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church too. The wheels are already turned.
There is true indignation in his voice. The pain is true. And then there will be a giant statue of him, towering above it all.
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist. My statue will be Martinez rebuilt. 5-story building complexes, kids off speed, and land.
You would look nice as a statue.
Damn right I'm up to something, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as Joyce Messier. That's my job. Just like yours is to keep the peace. Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me. But it had to be. An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is—
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry.
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it. He winks at you.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the debug—
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None.
As I said, she's a character. Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind.
There it is again. The pigs.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction.
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up.
She will be there. From
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Great, Harry, great. This has— I'm always happy to educate and order it. You know my men didn't kill him. They told you. It was a happy accident. You know how it is. No one takes the initiative. If I want— Glad you asked. I've got type 2. Good job too, as it made me ugly. And ugly.
That is true. People don't trust pretty people.
I'm listening, Harry. No idea. Could have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever—
A guy, huh?
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother. I'm very nice.
The Coppernado is back. What do you want? Yeah?
Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a bad person.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up. I can wash it for you.
Hell yeah. No.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Well, hand it over. Must say, I'm proud of this.
Tequila sunset. My jacket?
A look of consternation crosses the man.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila? Faum? That's medium concept stuff, not my style at all. I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe you should lay off the booze.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man, I'm calling it, it's neurological.
That shit is so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick. But yeah, okay. I'm sure it looks great on you.
It's an okay jacket, if you're into that look. Okay. I've been meaning to have a little chat with you. I'm glad you finally started dressing a little more like an...
Your half-brother is proud to stand beside you.
Officers above the rank of sergeant. The idea is that civilians are more likely to open up to... You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
A war.
Anyway, we...
Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the side. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Hailostam. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, hypertext, young carp, and the collection of cultural hyperlinks. Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most...
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And
Hold on. What's R&D?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man, it looks old.
That's not surprising. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, it was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that an elegant folding mechanism of rollers and Faraday ribbons, portable enough to be a which is a feat of engineering, even to... Indeed.
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their... All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds. They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out... What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent... It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any...
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book. Already forget...
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made. 10 years ago, I did a little... freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Jews joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say... He did it. He said, Wompty Dumpty Dum Center. Like it's the most... What the hell is a Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are...
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why... In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying...
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio... Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or... But of course, What? No, I'm afraid I can't help.
So you haven't seen it?
No, I'm sorry. As I said,
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off.
no, thanks to...
Pick your brain. If anything, this... You see, a slogan used to intertwine with the loops along.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will felled electrical. How ironic. All these dark rooms. There's something in the wind.
In there? She could. Or she could be...
Why single out this one building? The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered, dripping water falls from a height. There's rust and corrosion on the bar.
No. I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes.
This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask.
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works.
There's some tear. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. Nothing happened.
I don't think... Do you think our suspect is hiding inside? People do look to churches for shelter. But an abandoned thing like this? I'm not so sure.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. The surface is smooth from the wind, but more the carving. The doors remain. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, you see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to it's the contrast between the cheery, chemical yellow and the rigor mortis. As if the cheery guy didn't know he was dead, or the dead guy didn't care that he was. Either way, you get the sense these forces of future have chosen to pick something that reminds you. He takes off his glasses and uses a...
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. For Revachol aussi, the moral intern, these acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed... I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth. That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
Your hands are clammy from the sea air. The piece of sticker keeps slipping away. The lieutenant hands you a blue handkerchief. There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Voila! Look, you're part of the future brigade. The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that should you want to get through, it might be easier to just...
Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has...
There is a touch of guilt in his voice.
Yes, the pulsing bass. A sure sign of...
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height. You jam the pry bar between the pathetic old wood, rusty screw. Suddenly, the pry bar snaps. Metal shavings fly everywhere. The upper half, between the lock and the...
I don't know. You don't? Or maybe I thought this was a lousy way to enter a place of worship that's already in disrepair.
This was surely just a freak accident. An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown.
It's military. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was...
An old door, worn by elements. A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early...
Oh. Hello there.
It's cold out here. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this...
Huh? So should you. Oh. I didn't notice that. Yeah, well...
What did she just say? That's not our...
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me. No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night. A cell.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
Why? Okay, it's Berger.
A very... You have little reason to doubt that's her real name. But she's not...
This is a portable recording device. It's actually just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire, a contact might record sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Nice. You could maybe bug someone with it.
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum. Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw...
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way...
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum...
Hey, didn't Piss and Fuck the World mention Van Eyck too?
A skull thing? Man, you sound like 100 years old when you say that.
No, you don't. She's mistaken you for an old person. Say you're cool.
Yes? The mic? I don't okay. Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no... The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tape. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizer...
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill.
Take this, your call.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Thanks. That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No music stuff mostly. That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive. Go ahead. It's supposed to become like a club. For an odd. Except that. Yeah.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond, there will never be a club. Not in a million years.
No, not really.
She's trying to get out of a direct lie with semantic tricks. She personally didn't put the padlock on the door.
It's Noid's. To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about them, he'll tell ya. I know. Hey, you two are cops. Okay, well... maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys. Because there are some they're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Go ahead. Well, it's just questioning, right? You just question him once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river. The usual. I had a shitty run as a teen. You know, drinking, getting into fights. The other...
Interesting term. Time to glean some knowledge.
Is this a rhetorical question?
Faubourg, not in Faubourg, is a massive banlieue south of Jamrock Quarter. It is the largest ghetto in Revachol, possibly the world.
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on. All right. Okay. Hello again.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. The wind howls. It's real. Tell her.
What is? Okay, I'll stick to it.
Something changes between you two. She looks at...
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer? Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want. What is it? Oh, really? So, the thing that's been eating you is the slow pace of social progress. Okay, so you're not that upset, it sounds like. Uh-huh. And you're
Perhaps.
Okay. Why do you think that? Wow, man. That's pretty symbolic. Okay. There you have it then, chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she? Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you? How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing? Yeah.
It's obvious she's done.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank. You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich. You're welcome. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten, though. Just my opinion. If it itches...
Yes, but it itches really, really bad.
Come on, I can tell. What is it? Oh, so the thing that's been eating you is this... No, it sounds like you just got chick issues. Well, think of... Hello again.
A pane of Eternite, barely holding it up. It could...
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk. The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you.
It's safe to assume this is their leader. Or
Sorry, you barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike...
I'm sure you will feel right at home.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along as though you're supposed to be sure.
Hardcore! It's hardcore! Skibbity, skibber danger. I am the...
Your cop training did not... Could there have been a right way out out of this garden of forking paths. You see a youngish man.
Hello, I'm Andre.
His grip is strong, sweaty.
This is my posse.
The young man with earrings.
And Egghead. Egg! Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation. We like to think of ourselves as music. We have many in the pipeline, officer. You see, we've been all over Jamrock North.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock,
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues. Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads,
Burnouts.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martin Hayes on. Strikes that! And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
They're spooky. I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is,
Also, they don't eat all. People just want to spin tapes with.
thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting there. All right, man.
Andre is obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is.
Oh, so you met her? Good, good.
He's not as glad as he would like.
I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work.
Not long, like a week maybe? I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85%. Okay,
I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hard.
of course.
All right.
It's as if time has frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool. Blam! Straight, man up. It's nothing. Pick the goddamn key up. Put it in your pocket and move on.
My bad.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry.
As always, we'll be right here.
A young man, as though
Hardcore! It's hardcore! Skip.
your cop could ever been it. You see,
Hello, I'm on.
his grip.
This is my.
The young man with
An egg! Together with a Settle Burger, we have many in a. You see.
Also,
Yeah, place. I apologise for my friend Noid, which brings.
an attempt.
I'm talking.
burn.
Well, I'm straight and sad.
He leans back good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
Yes, yes. And the worst part, I was hoping also. People just thank. So you're gonna look into it, right? All right.
Andre is obviously very happy.
Oh,
He's not.
I did ask.
I had to do it in an hurry.
Not long, like a week. I'm super sure they're alive. Okay.
I'm sorry too.
Of course.
All right.
It's as if time has frozen. A young man as
Hardcore, it's hot. Skibbity.
your cop training could ever be. You see,
Hello,
his grip.
this is my
The young man.
egg. Together with a settle burger, who's out there right now. We have many in the pipe. You see,
Oh, that's all fantastic.
yeah, places. Which brings me to the.
An attempt.
I'm talking dump hat, burn it. Well, straight and sad.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze. Letting good. This calls for an.
They're spooky. I was hoping people just thank you. So you're gonna look into it, right? All right.
Andre's obvious.
Oh, all right.
You sense the trajectory. Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly. The young man with ribcage-shaped suspend. The word august used as an adjective. That's how cool it feels to be like a tequila sunset. Of course you are. It's too late to be a tequila.
Not long. Like a week, maybe? I'm super sure that. Okay, I'm so. Me too. Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses. Well, there's also the machine.
This machine.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some.
One of them has wires running into both.
Andre. Oh, and it felt like there was some.
No,
Which other one? I
felt like silence.
Oh, not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, sure, why not?
But not really. Brown hair. Old. Heavy, dark sign.
What Noid said.
So brown and older. Ruby might have dyed her hair. You have to see for yourself. These people are not reliable.
Like, you aren't.
It wasn't quite.
Not human.
It was this dark yeah, you know. The way it was climbing up and around.
It was stalking a cell. Exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see.
You should ask her about it.
The implications of this are there probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Well, honestly.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Hey now, I'm 70. Don't let all that technology fool you. You should talk to Noid about that. Sure. What? He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies. Well, he's just kinda yeah, sometimes. When I like stumble and find.
The man smiles. I get it. He's a puzzle.
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
You know, of Meteo, concerning Meteo. Meteo, a country, on Muindi, on the Muindi Isla. Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you and they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no? You're right, they do.
The Pericanassian Church is about love. Love is unity.
Unit!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to feels good. Feels good.
Oh yeah, he's coming around. You're getting it.
Yeah!
He seems ecstatic that you
Do it for the masses. Do it for the
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you...
The one with the large head is still.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen!
Yes. What? Yeah, good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place... oh, it's the one they sell at the...
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing.
The what now? Oh, the old...
He's like an actor.
I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. Yes, That's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit.
Nosafed is the shit.
Sure. Here you go, officer. The no...
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
As always.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss... It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading. A sticker.
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Good, good. What did you want to know? Simplicity was brought to us by a classical soul artist modernist. Well, I'd call the sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing. Not alone. Many people are thinking that, yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right, and I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human... He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, the present moment, or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats. It should be sold, but not by us. I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for? Nah. You heard me. Yeah. Gotta compare. I suck at socialising, man. Even now, I sign the hardcore aspect.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs.
Yes. Further sign matching would do good for weird wires going into water. Gives off a spice. Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also sonic powers.
Hi again. So, how are things going? As always. So, how are things going?
A number of things don't. How about gather around, kids? The young speed freak, the one with the large head, their would-be leader, is less amused.
But you still are!
What happened? I've been trying to say if we need the next...
Shut it!
What? I have! I've said that!
The young speed freak, he senses something is wrong.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
What do you mean, friend? It's a one-speaker system. It's mono...
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want? And of all cellular-based...
No shit. That's... Come on, that's... I meant to say, not true.
What do you mean?
There's resignation in his voice. The optimal way to go about this would be indifference. It begins by you telling him you don't care about any of this.
What do you mean by lenient? Okay, man. Okay. Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in this city, right?
Because we do!
We just need to turn it into
To get our foot in the door.
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty. No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police.
But the sign was wet.
Sir, you...
This is it. Judgment time.
We can continue on an amiable path, right? No more... As always...
The shaggy-haired girl.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church? Shoot. Oh, that.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still. And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like...
Like a crab, you say?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell.
Come on, she obviously could. She already went in.
He looked like a banger, okay?
A crab, and...
Yes, a banger, as in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw. Why? Okay then. They certainly do around me. My associates? I haven't got much to say. Sorry. I just don't tell people about my friends and...
To the cops.
Me? I'm a silver bird. Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but... I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth. Which is...
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it. I even tried not to lie to you.
Indeed, she merely tried to omit the truth instead.
Okay, but I still regret it. I should... May I ask? What did you tell... Oh, right. That's why.
wooden door. The lock turns.
Let's go.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doom, a great whoosh of it in the heart of the... The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. Or maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent. And then it's gone. You can hardly hear your own breathing. Your voice is barely audible. You produce a few muffled thumps. The lieutenant points to...
Can you hear anything? I wonder why the church was built with such...
His detached tone. Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises. He doesn't seem entirely convinced that the orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead. Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin. Filled with vague shapes of... It's like you see, there's nothing.
Officer, what are you looking at?
You see something hanging from the rafters. Maybe it's possible to talk. Is that a man? Looks more like the crab man. The man leaned forward a little.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready...
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user.
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. Hey, and what was that about, the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shit.
Oh yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over here. Not all of it. I was like you once.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may...
If the lieutenant agrees, then maybe...
Fuck you, crapman! You don't tell us what to do! Tell him!
It doesn't matter who I am, Way. I'm just bringing you the message of the... This is the Church of the Mother of Silence.
You have no idea. 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This...
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along. I was in a gang, Way, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone. That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself...
Do you remember your name?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this.
Tiago's my name. But those syllables don't mean much to me these. Your place amongst your fellas. Your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore. That's not quite right. But you're getting some. We are all one who sing the mother's glory. Other spoker? Oh.
Viaita is Grandma?
No. I just call her Viejita because of her clothes. She's...
Wait, what if it's...
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
You mean like a fugitive? No, man. Quite the opposite.
I see.
I told you, Holmes. I don't know. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests. I'm afraid not, Essay.
Or search through her radio computer.
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world. I circled it. Nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough. Oh, that's no... She is a cavity in the dark, beyond sense. She say I will be incinerated, but not destroyed.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
It's not like that out.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own...
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't...
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is... The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out. I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
The sinewy figure lingers on...
The ones in the tent outside? Right? I see them. Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway, why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I might even be nice.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think. A machine stand.
Another radio computer. And this time it's all...
These machines sometimes harbor...
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case. It's also quite similar to the one we have done on...
The one you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. This is the Ream Prefect. You see the lieutenant says nothing. You see the machines behind the hatch. Sits a cube-like crisp. This is the machines. The speaker comes to life.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East in...
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log? I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez.
Saint-Brune. That's the church. And Rue de Saint-Guylaine? That's the Doom commercial.
Anything else? Good. Please.
Let's look around. Maybe he knows something.
Received. Fortress accident. Is there any... Good.
The machine's keyboard is... Nothing happened. In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above. This is her inner. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. Cold wind seeps in from the crack, as if under a microscope. As that bitter thought passes through your head, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder, with 3 fingers. Good call. She left us all in the shits. Don't give her a single thing. Just stand there in the apricot.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinet. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps miss Okidodo.
A touch of absurdity there. Nice. The mother of humanism stands above you. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was unknown. A motor carriage, a gunshot, someone fall. The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted small figures of white. Below both women, and then along the left side, après le monde, la gré, après le
death, life again. This exaltation is common in DeLorean sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more. It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. Justice, union, prudence, and force. Ice cool.
The mother of humanism towers above. The mother of humanism stands above. Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men. The highest category of historic individual, and embodied more. An innocence is elected to office by the founding party. A precedent, and innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitable. No, we are alone. Terrifying. Terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her. You already do. Although she is often considered, she was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her. The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerated into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well, suggesting those who fight against it are not part of you. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after this subtle terror is part.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there. What are you thinking of, if I may ask? She's been dead for 3. None of this is, in fact.
The mother of.
Hello again.
Hi again. So,
And? What happened? Oh, man! Who is he? What did you think? Really? Interesting. What's he doing in the church? No matter. Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back.
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
But he's likely up to no good. He's a crab man. I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice I guess it's not a... Everyone is that. Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. But she's in there somewhere. Has to be. Have you tried? As always, we'll...
The bear's eyes are still glowing.
All right. I will need a little help carrying.
Yes?
Again? I can't believe...
He might be wearing a disguise.
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click. It's not happening.
I'm going to say no. Okay.
Jean.
Okay. I was clearly wrong. He is a fire...
Can I help you?
What is this thing? What, the interior decorating kind? I can fix it to the plaque and have a new...
People just don't know how to accept gifts.
everything okay? The fuck about it? You're testing. Get lost, Kuno.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain? Ah, yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer. Wow. Elysium. You don't hear that term often.
She's a glib girl, but she likes...
There was the usual ruckus. I can't say. Probably not. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them. Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. I don't know about that. A slow, sad song started playing. Like organ music on repeat. That it doesn't matter anymore, and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded... Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like there was a window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. No problem, sir. Okay. What? He wouldn't have died.
It could have been he was a service. Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
Like what?
She nods.
Officer? Ah, yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway. Wow.
She's a glib girl.
There was the usual. I can't say. Oh, yes. Oh, were huge where it would appear so. A slow, sad song. Yes, there was a church in there. That it doesn't matter. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. A window was smashed. The tape player. There was. I went out. No problem, sir.
This is not the clean. Ah, that soap scum smell. It smells the bathtub. The water is only lukewarm. You feel nice and lonely. And so tired. The cans continue to bob, as do your thoughts. Hey, you see the corpse. You can still... Then, houses along a narrow street. A video rental. Your fingers grow pale. What are you doing? The waterline recedes as you stand. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your... The bed is still cold.
Again? I can't believe it.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed. Oh, very...
This is how a sea monster sees... Alright, but yes. But they all...
Wow, officer! And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. You keep...
Save the economy? That sounds off. You find the box...
Economical? But haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be Very cool. The economy tank...
The speakers below are banged up, a pair of dedicated...
Those sneak...
Only Fun Ultra. We're the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine. These ones is...
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here. Then look at them again. These are the premium lifestyles. No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk. No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you. I've got the best. Well... But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will this... If, on the other hand...
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
The shine on these sunglasses...
Hello again. How can I help you?
Okay. Looking at his wares, talking to him, a guarded man like him wouldn't tell you if you asked out loud.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Why on earth? There's a prescription. I can't really see with...
There's a note of indigo. Those triangle patches on his vest. You have a feeling they mean something. Like they're
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. Had to take Perolidon for radiation sickness. That's what...
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
We were an all-volunteer force.
on the patch. Tough son of a gun.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget it. So much disappointment and early deaths. Cancer mostly. No one's.
So?
A bunch of poor people built them the cleanup, so I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, I like the theory more than the story.
Yeah, you gotta get in.
Have you tried?
It's almost like he's worried for you.
Here you go, man.
Yes, darling. That's not so sure about this. Because it's an anti-radiation drug, and you're a cop.
Of course. Hello, hello. Let me know. Sure, let me have a look. Alright, let's see it. Oh, no, no, no. Besides,
it feels like he would have accepted the risk if...
I'm not, and especially...
Your mother is a necrotic object! I'm fun! Look!
Another time, perhaps. Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
All the old... typical Martinez street life.
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. The light has undergone 3 transformations, and well, there are the most important transformation.
Okay, that checks out.
It was brought to...
The light's buzzing. You see rows of toy soldiers guard.
Is this about...
A colorful display. The bottles there, in that dark green glass. All in. Good thing you're an...
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But...
Don't ask. Know this. You will never finish your alcohol quest if you don't buy beautiful alcohol.
Here you go, mister. Huh?
You see, sir, the packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, make... scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other. The density and spread of these bullet holes is surprising. The scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, unable to piece together the scattering of bullet holes. A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the crack. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least. Their heads lowered and are 10 meters away. Other shades are lined up in the sun blazes. A long time has passed since the moment of this feud. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or the commandant, the one who gives the order. I'm just a representation of your mental faculties, piecing together any of 7 men of duty, dark duty, overpriced mercenaries putting down some rabid dog. A host of men, they stand, ordinary people, leeches. Maybe you should change a coal behind them. As you approach, the man turns. He appears complete.
Ah, super. It's the officer. I was not expecting to run into you again. What brings you down to the scenic Martinez coast? Well, that's très simple. I was visiting the fishing village just north of here. They have applied for a series of microloans to revitalize the old market. And well, I wish to see the situation firsthand. And then, well, I had some extra time on my hands, so I decided to stroll down here. It's quite... Really? Here? How can you be sure? Ah? Is that what those pockmarks are? I might have...
You feel like there's something you could say here. If only you really knew what...
Ah bon? I'm all ears, my friend. If it's la responsabilité you're after, I have good news for you. There's no need to form such a committee.
God, of course it does. These moral
The Comité de Responsabilité de Revachol. It acts as a sort of clearinghouse.
Yes, this is just the sort of reasonable authority.
I would offer to connect you with the committee myself, but alas, I am not...
What? Where is he? You knew there was something strange about this one. He's speaking figuratively. He means he's not in Martinez in his official capacity.
Mais que faites-vous, officer? No, don't be silly. We're simply speaking in an informal capacity. Officially, I am... That's why it would be extremely irregular, or potentially even inappropriate for me to intercede. Well, under ordinary circumstances, the committee contacts...
In other words, the committee...
But if you have information of a vital interest, they might be willing to entertain an exception. In which case, I would advise you to contact them via Coalition Warship Archer. Officer, you mean to say that you haven't noticed the...
You can't see anything, but then it's dark, and your eyes aren't the sharpest.
Interesting. In a sense, that's the very idea. The Coalition doesn't want the people of... You see, in addition to being an airborne artillery platform, Coalition Warship Archer is also the link and listening. It has the most objective vantage point in the entire city. Not to mention a vast array of radio, photographic, and meteorological monitoring instruments. I find it a great comfort to know there are benevolent powers watching over all, in strict accordance with the Wayfarer Act and the Bristol-Mune Convention. This is quite the problem. Very tricky. But in that case, you would require a radio transmitter capable of... I suppose there might be some way to circuit bend your way onto those frequencies, but you'd have... Unfortunately not, no.
Perhaps your new friend...
Let me just say that I have complete confidence in the RCM. I'm sure you'll figure something out. Always my pleasure to be of assistance.
Here we go. Nice and easy.
There's a cylinder on the ground.
Who's there?
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Don't worry, Gary. To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Oh no, it's all right. Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all... You broke the water lock with a motor carriage? There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle.
Did he say we can...
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. I just have to do one more round.
For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient.
I'm afraid not, officer. Well, first of all, it's damn...
Seems puny to be...
Good question, and I suspect it may have all... It's my hypothesis, but I can't...
Yes, a ghost insect, he said?
No, that is typical. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the ape...
Would be glory. It's...
Very little, I'm sorry to... Not yet. I know it's...
It's clear.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts. Yes, it's the first credible... I have to resist the thought...
Yes,
the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive. Yes, Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. Well, they may not look impressive. Yes. Yes. What? And I'm eager to return to her, my wife.
Come on, Morale. We've been...
And leave the...
Come on.
Won't let Lena down. Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a...
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A very fine... Yes. That's how we first came...
Needless to say, you must...
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. Good. A good...
I could go for some trap setting.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Well, be that as it may, I'd really appreciate the help. There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. The third is set near the canal. Well, you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry. Bring it to me at once.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying.
That's highly... It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you.
This is the Smith.
Thank you for...
Finally.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss... But what if the information is vital on the...
Hello. I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks.
He pronounced serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is.
Oh, so that's what the RCM... No. Nothing. He was some kind of
He didn't kill him or anything. But
My mug? Why would you think that? How do you mean?
He is trying to avoid lying to you outright, in case you really have been to his apartment.
Okay. You're not going to find me, are you? Whew, I don't...
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
Officer, please. Let me explain. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard. Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash. Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I know a guy who works with the trash collection service, so I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is... I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know...
An infant could see he's not telling the truth. But he's too scared to admit.
I hope I could help your investigation.
Does this mean you were in his apartment, admiring his colonial mug collection?
Sure do, officer. In my home. Yes. When I was going to... Mr. Clare unlocked my apartment? So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me. I was probably talking too loud in the whirling. I won't do it again. If there's anything...
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger. He winks at you. It's a secret rite. A very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
Always a pleasure to see an officer. Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at, yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I was ashamed of what I did. And
we're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth. This shame.
Gary!
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do. Because I was weak. I should have...
The hell, Gary?
I'll explain later. I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go...
This is all he knows.
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass, but so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. No. I helped.
After all this time with Morale, he must have an opinion on...
Oh, yes. The burning a rhinoceros that looks odd. The flames are not just during the local...
It's clear
they have...
But how is this combustible?
The rhino starts running very fast to build heat. Then perhaps we should have more...